Yo everybody, welcome back to some more Attack on Titan. We are on episode 18 today. This episode is titled Forest of Giant Trees. This is part of the 57th Expedition Beyond the Walls Part 2. So last episode we had the introduction of the female Titan, which is, I think, one of the most interesting introductions that we've had so far for like a villain sort of antagonist character. Definitely of the Titans that we've been exposed to thus far, the more unique ones, even more unique than the Aberrants apparently. This one seems to be the most sentient and the most intelligent in terms of how they conduct themselves compared to the Colossal Titan or the Armored Titan, and even compared to Eren, really, if you think about it. Because Eren's way of maneuvering with his transformation is that he's very like barbaric, he's very berserk, so he goes into this like rage mode and then he just kind of like starts swinging about, but he's not really thinking all that hard and he's not really being all that precise with his actions. I think in a similar vein, the Colossal Titan and the Armored Titan, they're more precise than Eren because they seem like they have a sort of get in, get out extraction mentality, like they're very like spec ops almost. But this Titan, more than any other Titan, seems very, very, very focused and has this kind of laser-like mentality of getting in and getting out, completing a certain mission. We had Armin kind of assume that this Titan in particular is looking for Eren, and on top of that, Armin also kind of assumed that this is a Titan that has a human being in it. In other words, a human being transformed into this Titan and is looking for Eren, I'm assuming for the purpose of just ending this mission, of preventing humanity from being able to complete that mission of plugging up Wall Maria for whatever reason. We don't really know. Truth be told, we don't know why this is the case. We don't really know. I assumed that this human being that turned into a Titan, which is what we're assuming the female Titan is the individual responsible for destroying or kind of killing off the experiments that Hanji was working on in the Survey Corps camp. And yeah, I don't know what other malfeasance this particular individual is up to or is trying to engage with, but I guess we'll find out more in this episode. I'm curious as to what that interaction is going to look like. I even assumed the last episode, or I kind of extrapolated, I kind of hypothesized that maybe it's not Eren that the female Titan cares about. Maybe it's Erwin. Maybe it's Erwin. And if it's Erwin, then that's a whole nother can of worms, because now you have the strategist of the mission that is responsible for completing this mission. If he gets taken out, then equally I think you lose a very vital element or piece to completing the mission of restoring the, Wall Maria to its original form, or at least of plugging up the wall. You know what I mean? So that's going to be interesting. And this episode being titled Forest of Giant Trees, I find that super interesting. What if they get lost in like a forest of giant trees, like the title says, but it acts as like perfect camouflage for the female Titan to get in and get out. Maybe they might unfortunately get into a sort of disadvantage with their environment, which will lead to some pretty interesting interactions and battles that we're gonna see in this episode. I think we're gonna get a lot of fights in this episode, and the interaction between Eren, Erwin, and I believe Levi is in there as well with the female Titan. I cannot wait to see how they handle that, because that is gonna be crazy choreography. Crazy. Oh man, that's gonna be fun. Oh, it's gonna be fun. It's crazy too. We're on episode 18. We're almost done with season 1. This is we're going pretty fast, and yet we still have so many questions, like where is Eren's dad? What is he doing? We still haven't gotten to the basement, let alone plug up Wall Maria. So I guess that's how we're gonna end off the season. I'm assuming we're gonna end it with getting into that basement and figuring out what is in the basement, figuring out what's going on in there. I guess that's where we're gonna end the season. And this introduction is a really interesting character. I wonder again why this character got introduced so late, and where it got introduced, and what the relevance of this character is, or has, what relevance it has to the mission and to where the story is right now. Because this Titan in particular just has such a clear vision, just based off the expressions, the facial expressions, and the sort of intention that it had behind its actions, trying to look for a specific individual for a very specific reason. I'm assuming maybe this Titan knows something that if we could just communicate with it, we might get get information that is tantamount to what we would find in the basement, because it seems like this individual knows something. And I think it's even more of an interesting thought that there's human beings now in the world of Attack on Titan that we know of, apart from Dr. Jaeger, who know of things that are kept relatively secret, right? Very select information. So yeah, I wonder if we'll meet this person. We might meet this person soon, actually. Maybe. I don't know if they'll show who the female Titan actually is in human form in this season, but that would be a pretty cool reveal. Anyhow, let's get into the episode. I'm excited because we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight the female Titan. Female Titan. We're gonna fight. I don't know. We're gonna fight, I guess. All right, let's get into it. Oh, that's good. If Armin's without maneuver gear, we're done. Oh, he's doing it with his fingers. Okay. What is that doing though? Who's he trying to call? Oh, his horse. That makes sense. Oh damn, John's already thinking way too ahead. Damn, dog, chill. What the hell is going on, John? You're having very intrusive thoughts. Please talk with the group. Yeah, my god. Damn, John is he puts a lot of pressure on himself, I feel. Very unnecessary pressure too. Does Armin recognize the Titan? Oh, maybe that's it. I think Armin knows who it is just based off how the Titan looks. He kind of sees a very similar gestalt.
That's a
good idea. You might be able to get somebody to help you, even if you have to stay behind. Who's that? Is that the girl? Oh, Krista, okay. Oh, that's cool. Where's the other girl that's usually with her? Damn, they got lucky. Buchwald. That's the name of his horse. Oh, man. You bet they did. Even horses like Yo, Chris is a cool character. I like how they use her character kind of sparingly, but they really use her at the best times. Okay. What is that panel? What? So are they breaking formation then? And they're just retreating? It's because it's going towards Eren. So those are greens. I'm assuming that's from the right flank. Erwin's been through it, bro. He knows. I guess they're ignoring it? I mean, you're the one in the most danger. Oh, for sure you got casualties easily. What was it, the right flank or the left flank got destroyed? Right flank has been destroyed, yep. Yeah. Okay, so Petra's now kind of doing relay. The right flank always worried about Armin. No. Bro, Levi has such an intense look on his face. We let it penetrate deep into her. Does Levi know? I wonder if those are the smoke rounds that Armin shot. Or I guess that is just people. Bro, this Titan is a soldier. Look at this. Look at the stride. That's crazy. Bro, this guy's some cool mutton chops. Look at that. Watch out. Woo! Yo! She killed the Neo. Damn. She's quick too for a Titan. Yo. Oh my god. No, don't fall on top. No, dude. Oh. Damn. Yo, nah, this Titan is different. No, there's no way. Oh my god. Oh no! It's a blood bag. Damn! No, run, dude, run! Get out of here. It is fundamentally human. Oh. There's no way! Oh my god, she punted! Yo! That's insane. People are getting murked left and right. Okay, so here, I like the little mini-map that they show on the top. It's really useful. She's coming from the right, going to the center. The forest of giant trees. Well, that's dangerous. Only the central cart guard. So, I'm guessing the left will just stop at the forest entrance. Center is pushing through. Okay. Sasha! And we haven't seen much of Sasha recently.
わからない。
Oh damn, I guess it's a well-known spot then.
エルヴィン団長の判断だ。何か意図があってのことだと。
Erwin definitely has a plan. He definitely has a plan. I think he even knows that this Titan is here. So we're gonna stop at the base, right? At the foot of the forest. This guy's sweating bullets. He's worried. Well, y'all are bait.
陣形はもうない。
The information's gone, it's true.
私たち左右の班は森に阻まれて、その周りを回るしかない。
Yeah, it's still
索
formation.
敵能力は失われた。
Yeah, you've lost totally the recon ability.
知れない。
What would be the point, though? I mean, it's a good area for coverage for the center, but not so much for the right and left flank. So maybe they're getting sacrificed for the benefit of just completing the mission. Oh damn, everybody's waiting here. Jesus. Wow. But it wasn't him, though. It was Erwin. He always thinks the worst. Yeah. Right. Maybe the goal is to just officially end the female Titan. Armin knows something. He recognizes the female Titan. It's gotta be that. Oh no. It's so weird. Ugh. What the heck? So what's the new plan?
なぜそんな。
周りをよく見ろエレン。この無駄にクソでかい木を。
Their exclusive use of like a vulgar vernacular is quite funny.
俺が新兵だから今の状況を飲み込めてないだけで。
Right.
簡単に答えを教えてもらえないのも、自分で学ぶ必要があるから。
The question is whether you figure it out in something good or bad.
そうやって戦いを学んできたんだ。
So I guess everybody else is on the same wavelength.
本当何これ。どうなって。
Never mind. He doesn't know. Petra doesn't know. Forget it. No. Forget it. Nobody knows.
誰もこの状況を。
Oh, we're done. We're done for. Captain Levi is Erwin's right-hand man. He does whatever.
もしその過程が成り立つの、ここに来た理由は一つしかない。
A final
エル
confrontation.
ヴィン団長は。
Yes, exactly. I mean, they won't go any further into the forest. Mikasa looks bored. She's like, I could handle this in like 2 seconds. FYI. FYI, guys, I could handle this in like 2 seconds, you know. Damn, look at the conviction in Armin's eyes. I love him as a character because we usually go to him when we get like new insight, it seems. Who shot a black smoke round? It's directly behind us. Female Titan. Yeah. So are they... Ooh, okay, so this is going to be Levi Squad versus the female Titan. Who's that? Levi. He's getting into attack position. Did Levi just get volleyed? No, that was somebody else. Yo, I swear, I thought Levi got destroyed. Yo. This is insane. This is a horrible place to be. All those trees are gonna fall on them. What is the point? Where's Erwin right now? He can't even give orders. Reinforcements from the rear. Watch out, guys. Oh. She shouldered him. Bro, she takes care of like troops like nothing. Yeah, damn, yo, Pedro's just she's dying. Aaron's getting overconfident. Chill out, bro. Captain Levi will not disobey orders. Keep going. Oh god. It really is catching up though. It has really good cardio. Oh god, that panel is quite terrifying. What? Yo, no! And a cliffhanger! Damn, dude! Oh, jeez. Yo, that was so good. What the heck? What is going on? What is going on? Nobody on the Levi squad knows anything. Levi's the only one that seems to know something. And he's very, like, comforted and very confident in whatever plan is going on right now. Erwin straight up disappeared. I don't know where this guy went, and I don't know why they didn't address it. I'm surprised that nobody said, like, oh, where's Erwin? He probably has some kind of plan, obviously, to take care of the female Titan. Who knows what that plan is, but I'm sure it's gonna be a good one. Damn, what a cliffhanger. Holy. Okay, whoever this Titan is, it must be somebody who is like crazy good at like CQC and combat, because the female Titan can handle anything that gets thrown its way. So far, it seems basically unbeatable, and you can't even get a single scratch on it. It's like, it's quick, it's nimble, it dodges every single attack and retaliates immediately with a straight counterattack. Like, how do you deal with that? This is very interesting that they went into a forest. They broke the whole formation. I wonder if the mission is basically a bust and they're just gonna finish off the mission with killing the female Titan. I'm assuming that's gonna be like the final hearsay of what this mission is, essentially, because yeah, they've abandoned the whole premise and the whole mission. At least the goal, the main goal of it. You know, this kind of reminds me of what Erwin said in that same episode where Hanji and Eren got the news that the experiments had been like secretly kind of like killed during the night, and then they go and they see, and then Hanji has a crazy reaction, and then Eren is looking at it, and then Erwin gets close to Eren and whispers like, what do you think the person who did this is? I'm so like, I feel like very strongly that Erwin knows who this defector is, this person that is causing all this malfeasance, that is doing all of this stuff in an attempt to kind of essentially ruin this large scale effort of trying to recover Wall Maria for whatever reason, and he's trying to get back, like he's angry. So yeah, this has to be part of Erwin's master plan. We've already gotten hints that he knows stuff and that he thinks stuff like way in advance. We had that interaction with Mike, with the sniff guy, the smell man, who was like, oh, you're gonna tell me that lie? Even if he doesn't exactly know the details, he knows that something is up and that Erwin has a secret plan. So this has to be part of it, I'm assuming. I wonder too, maybe the whole, wouldn't it be crazy if retroactively we learn in hindsight that this whole practice mission thing was a sham and it was just an attempt to lure out that specific Titan as a means of like killing it? I'm curious, because I know Erwin as a master strategist, he wouldn't just like create this on a whim as a means of like trying to deal with the Titan. I feel like he would be well prepared in advance. He probably assumed or knew that this particular Titan would come out of the woodworks, like, you know, slashing and punching and kicking its way all the way to Eren, because Eren is such an important piece. And in particular right now, he's a very important chess piece for Erwin, and Erwin's not gonna lose that. Maybe I'm giving Erwin too much credit. I don't know. Maybe I'm making him into like this master, you know, planner that is not really true. It might be more than what it actually is, but it's cool to hypothesize. I don't know.
You know, I think potentially, I don't know.
Other stuff that we got in this episode, we got a little bit more from John, which I thought was nice. We're seeing his side of like being extensively be like an overthinker and an over worrier. Like he worries too much about everything and he's always looking at the worst thing that's gonna happen. You know, the worst possible scenario every mile, you know, 10 miles down the road, like everywhere. And yeah, it feels like it kind of like comes back at him a little bit, but I think he still made like great improvements in his ability to kind of to relate with other people in the group and to talk and to be open and honest. I think that has been his biggest improvement as a character. And I like John as a character, I really do. Rainer is surprisingly he's surprisingly chill in this whole situation. The way that he kind of like was just chilling, like he dealt with he fought the female Titan, but he's still like relatively chill. Just the moment he like cuts her fingers off and leaves, he's relaxed for the most part. Like that should have been traumatizing. Isn't it crazy too how every single confrontation with the female Titan from every other Survey Corps member has resulted in death except for our peeps? I feel like this female Titan knows our group in particular, not just Eren, but I think too recognizing the people closest to him, adjacent to Eren. Armin, John, Reiner. Yeah, who this person is, I feel like we'll get probably a confirmation soon enough. If they manage to handle the Titan in the next episode, if they manage to handle this female Titan somehow and immobilize it, then presumably they can extract the individual that's hiding in the neck and they can see who it is. So we might get a reveal next episode. I feel like it'll be a bit too early though for the introduction of this new Titan to immediately know who it is. It might be a bit early. I feel like in next episode though, we will definitely handle this Titan. I don't know how though. We got the obvious cliffhanger, cover your ears, and then a shot. So maybe they have like a cannon prepared or something, like an ultra, mega super cannon, made specifically for this Titan to deal with it. So that could be a possibility. I mean, really anything could be a possibility. The fact that they have the forest, you know what, actually, that's a good idea. Now that I think about it, they use the forest with the big trees as a means of covering up their weapon. Whatever that weapon could be, it can hide very easily in that forest. Perhaps because it has such a low distance of impact, they need that Titan in particular, the female Titan, to get close to it. But obviously, if it's out in the field, in the plains, where it can be seen from 50 miles and is out in plain sight, then proximity is going to be an issue because the female Titan is not going to get close to it. That's why they use the big trees as a means of camouflage for their weapon. That has to be it. You know what? That's actually a great plan. Now that I think about it, that makes way more sense. And they had to lure it. That's also the reason they weren't trying to fight it, because if they wanted to fight that Titan, they could have done so anywhere else, truth be told. Or they could have just abandoned the mission. I mean, technically in the forest, they have the ability to maneuver with their gear. So it is technically a better battlegrounds for the troops and for our members. But I don't know, I think the weapon hypothesis makes more sense. I guess we'll see in the next episode. But yeah, this Titan is crazy. This Titan is insane. Oh my god, and the animation. Oh, the animation is so good. It's so good. I can't wait for more. This is gonna be fun. I'm so curious what they're gonna do next episode.